the hells of Hurricane Helene and Milton and all of the other crap just kind of going on right now. Sorry I've been away for 2 weeks, but I have a lot to say in this next one. Stay tuned. Howdy folks, Dave Man here again, Rollman Revolution. Now, I'll put some footage maybe at the end of this video, or I'll just do a video separate. I haven't figured out exactly how I'm going to do that yet, of Hurricane Milton that came through here. And for those who have never been through a hurricane, especially a category 3 or higher, or something of just that magnitude, hang on, let me put this down here. It totally changed your perspective when something like that is coming directly at you and you've never seen anything like this before. This area that I live in, which is the Tampa Bay area, hasn't seen anything like this in over 100 years. So there's nobody alive who lived through something like that could tell you what to expect, because we were down here, we're freaking out in all different directions. First we thought it was going a little more north, right through the Tampa Bay. Then they said, oh, it's going to go way south. And this thing made so many different adjustments. People, including myself, were on edge all the time. And the more you watch the weather people, the worse it gets. Because especially some of those pundits that are on there, those guys that are like the weatherman this and such that, if you're not living in an area, it's so cool to dramatize and, make the colors so much brighter and richer, and it scares the living shit out of people. And unfortunately, in times of crisis, being calm is more important than telling everybody, oh hell, everything's gonna go to shit. Well, unfortunately, a lot of that went out there. So for anybody who did, happen to encounter that, I really know what you're going through, because this storm was not like any other storm. I hunkered down where I lived, and if I had to do it again, I probably would get the hell out, only because it was very scary. I mean, from the time that the eye wall passed about 35 miles south of where my home is. But I was feeling the hurricane intense winds, they call them, or these ridiculous 125 mile an hour gusted winds. And if you've never seen anything like that, I mean, it just rips things over like it's nothing. It's this massively large tornado, and you're like in the center of it. And it's just throwing shit in every damn direction, okay? And when you lose power, or you lose communications, or you lose, it's very difficult, especially once this stuff all passes and the aftermath, and you go out and you look at what your neighborhood, your township used to look like. Hurricanes like this destroy communities, destroy townships. The areas that they go back to will never be the same. And what really makes me mad, and why I decided to record a video specifically about this, is because of the politicization that has been going on with the use of hurricanes in people's lives. I mean, the shit that Biden said, a few days ago is absolutely stupid and incomprehensible. Kamala Harris, you fucking twat, decide to try to inject yourself into the Florida hurricane situation for political points. Meanwhile, you're having brewskis and talking mad shit on the Colbert show while people are dying, running for cover, afraid that everything that they worked so hard for in this shitty economy that you and Joe Biden created, when they go back home, guess what? They're worried that nothing is gonna be there. And you're gonna try to score political points? You didn't give a shit about any of the hurricanes in the last 4 years, any time before that. So what the hell are you talking about? Donald Trump, okay, after Hurricane Helene and the devastation that went on in North Carolina and Tennessee, entire townships destroyed. No communications, like I said before, trying to get in touch with your loved ones, seeing what the hell's going on, trying to get people in there. Nope. You know what's going on? Joe Biden's out sunning his balls on a beach someplace, getting his hairy legs all taken care of for the summer. I gotta make sure those hairy legs look good. Kamala's on a show, and the Department of Homeland Security Secretary Mayorkas is shopping for high-end underwear while you're dying, while you're suffering, and FEMA's out of fucking money because they gave it all away again. even though they're running $6 billion increases every year. This country is so madly mucked up and everybody is still on the Kamala Harris train. What the fuck are you voting for, sweet peas? What are you voting for? Beta males? What? Well, please tell me. I'd like to really hear what it is you're voting for, because 4 more years of this shit? Anybody in North Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, anybody through Florida who's been affected by this whole thing, your whole area, Donald Trump at least, and he's not the president, he doesn't have access like these people do. They have access, they can reallocate funds, they can do so many things, but they ain't doing shit. And you know why they ain't doing shit? Because they don't give a shit about you. They don't give a shit about you. Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, those are mostly Republican states. Shit, they don't give a shit about you. They don't give a shit. And this is not Republican, Democrat, or anything like that, but the current administration, whatever you want to call it, Kamala's part of that. She's sitting there again, having cocktails with Colbert while you're suffering. And then tries to interject herself into the hurricanes in the aftermath. Governor DeSantis, whether you like him or not, went on the air, I think it was Fox News the other night, and told him, yes, I didn't even know she called me. And the only reason she called me is because she's trying to put herself in the middle of all this. She didn't, and he said, she never called me before, she never called me during, and she's never called me after, and many times. That's not me saying this, that's Governor of the state of Florida saying this. It's so crazy what people try to do to score political points, but people's lives have been ruined. And then you're gonna go out and score political points? You fuckers. You fuckers. Donald Trump did what he could do. He tried to get Elon Musk involved to try to get Starlink over in the area. But when you find out the backstory of why that wasn't there in the first place, you start to realize that the Biden administration is so fucking corrupt. This is why people lose their minds, okay? I'm a pretty level-headed guy, but over the last 3 years, my whole life has been ripped out from me. And then I see it happening to other people now. And there are a lot of people out there that say, oh, it fucking doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which way it fucking does matter, because your life can get inherently fucking worse. Not everybody is against you. And yes, there are people on one side and both sides are corrupt. But that's where you and I have to start getting involved and start paying the fucking attention. It's not, the fight's not between you and me. As you can see, everybody's life in the state of Florida, everybody in the New York, North Carolina, and Asheville, it doesn't matter what fucking card they represent, what party they align themselves with, they're human fucking beings. And we're supposed to be Americans trying to help each other out. That's what MAGA is. And that's what these fuckers don't want you to know. It just bothers me how many people can just lie right to your face. And you people, I keep saying you people, the ones that get pulled in, that love to digest the bullshit sandwich. Oh, please put it on my lips. You first off remember, Kamala Harris, whatever the fuck, I can't do it. I'm never gonna do it right, so you can just shame me all you want, I don't care. But Miss Harris, okay, was never elected. She was appointed. And then she put Gomer Pyle next to her, who's another fucking moron, who lied about his record, his military record, lies about everything. These people, they fabricate their whole life. And you're gonna tell me that, oh, Kamala Harris went to law school, but she sucked. She would have never got to where she is if she didn't do the right It's bullshit. And I don't understand how people can't see it. I'm sorry to be so perverse, so obtuse. But when people go out of their way to find new and improved ways to fuck other Americans over, I have a problem with that. And if you don't, then get the hell out of my way, because you're just part of the problem. Americans take care of Americans. It's not about the card you carry. It's not about the fucking society or the status you surround yourself with. It has nothing to do with that. In a case of tragedy and in a case of emergency, we gather together and help each other. This whole idea of ownership of resources and shit drives me insane. This is a place that nobody owns, but we have paperwork and we have all of this bullshit that says this is yours, that's mine, it's fucking insane, because again, we're living in a world now where all of us are just trying to get from one day to the next. We're just trying to do the best we can with what we got, and there are people out there purposely going over the top to try to find ways to fucking take that away from you and put you in their little glass jar and just hold you and say, fuck, I'm gonna do what I want to do to you. And there ain't nothing you're going to be able to do about it. You see, if we don't wise up, and that's why I'm telling everybody, you need to go vote early. You need to go vote early. You don't see me get on this channel and say, do this and this, okay. But if you think that this world is going to get even crazier over the next few weeks as we get closer and closer to this, I'm telling you, look at the shit that's already gone on. How fucking crazy is this fucking clown show so far? All right? You got two illiterate people literally running for office. A person who can't put a coherent sentence together, cannot have communication, is not socially intelligent whatsoever, can't pick up on any social cue. Kamala Harris is the most dumb person when it comes to social cues. She doesn't pick up on anything. She has to be fed, and hey, here's the answers. Here you go. This is what you need to say, okay? And you got to try to do it in a way that the people will buy it. Nobody buys her bullshit because she's unlikable. You know, there's a big campaign out right now to try to make her look like she's something more than she is. Oh, girl power, girl. It's fucking so fake. And if you don't see it, you have been eating too much of that bullshit for too long. You've been hanging out with friends that have been lying to you too. Those are those people that walk around and think, oh, I'm a 10 all day long. Yeah, I'm a 10, I'm a 10, I'm a 10. You know what? A 10 consists more of just the way you fucking look, sweetheart. A 10 can range from a lot of different things, and if you don't have your head in there, no, I'm sorry, for a lot of guys, that's a huge freaking turnoff if there's nothing going on inside. So, I don't know. Our whole culture has taken a dynamic shift towards the stupid because we stopped communicating with each other. You keep thinking that I'm the enemy. The only reason why I'm lashing out right now is because I see people that I care about, purposely. Democrats, Republicans alike, doesn't matter the party you belong to. People going out of their way. Our own government going out of the way saying, fuck you, good luck to you. You got David Axelrod going on TV basically saying, oh, you know, those liberal voters up in there, you know, the areas that got infected in North Carolina, they'll find ways to vote, but, you know, I'm not so sure about those other ones. He didn't say it exactly like that, but you can go watch it if you don't know what I'm talking about. That guy's a prick. That just goes to show you how much these people don't care about you. They don't care, you know, and I'm not saying that one side's better than the other, but I am very, very certain. I am 100% certain that if this country decides to go even more woke and stupid than it already is, I mean, it's freaking pretty goddamn stupid right now. But if it goes any worse than this, it's going to be unrecognizable. And you woke suckers who think you're in the world of the fantasy land and acceptance and love and everybody's wonderful, you're stupid. You're stupid. Because those people who are putting those things in place that make you believe all that crap don't give a shit about you. That's the problem. You don't know and you can't see that the people that have set you up into thinking and stouting out and pouting all this bullshit don't care about you. That was all done on purpose to get you and me not talking. Because they know rightfully well if they can make you stupid and keep me in my own intelligence. Well, when I try to communicate with you, guess what? I'm not going to be able to. Because you're going to be coming from an entirely different frame of reference than I am. I'll be coming from the no, and you'll be coming from some woke bullshit that somebody told you someplace, somewhere, and you bought it. And people will say, well, Dave, well, how do you know that you don't have woke bullshit? And oh, I check myself before I wreck myself all the time. And every once in a while, I get duped. But as you get older, you start to realize how stupid you were when I was your age. And all people like me are trying to do is tell you, hey, look, don't believe me. You have a fucking brain, okay? You need to question the people who have told you what you think you know. And figure out whether or not they're lied to you or not. Because I'm telling you, if you believe this woke bullshit and this fucking goddamn facade of Kamala Harris and, oh, she's gonna girl power save the nation and we're gonna turn it all around. Turn it all around from what? She's in fucking charge right now. She's in charge right now with oatmeal brains, okay? For the last 4 years. And look at what's happened. Look what's happened. Open borders. You got 2 fucking wars. Inflation off the thing. Gas out control. No, can't get emergency people into areas where they need them. Federal government spent way too much money. Can't reallocate funds to help out the American people in need. No, because we gave it all to the illegals that we put in your cities and took away all your social services. And you want more of this. You want more of this. Why? Because it's accepting. And these people have the rights too because we come from a country of immigrants. Yeah, we came from a country of immigrants, but those immigrants brought something here of value. They weren't taken from the kitty. They brought their skills, their labor, their know-how. Farmers, electricians, plumbers, all sorts of different people came here. Not asking for the government to help them out, starting their own business and creating their own wealth here. These people who came in here on the dole, you paid for all of it. And you're going to sit there and say, it's okay? It's okay? All right, you want more years of that? Okay, that's fine. I'm telling you right now, you vote for Kamala Harris, this place will be unrecognizable, even to you, crazy woke people, because it's going to get even more crazier off the reservation. You know, I always said the LGBTQ population, that whole thing. Back in the day, I remember in the 80s when there was a coming out type of thing, out of the closet type thing. It was a celebration of the two individuals who had to hide that relationship, okay? That whole thing now has gotten hijacked. And there are a lot of gay people, lesbian people out there that know exactly what I'm talking about. When they say that, okay, well, it was hijacked, and now they took it into such the realms of fucking crazy that if you're not part of that entire craziness, then you're not part of the gang. So you either got to adopt it or you don't. And that's what's happened with all of these damn woke things. They take something that originally had a good purpose when it first came out, and then somebody infiltrated it and took it and spiraled it off into what we see today, which is a complete and utter fucking clown show. Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Sale Bailey Circus. Each fucking ring has a new bullshit story to tell you. And all I want to do is shake you and say, look, I don't have all the answers. I don't. But I certainly do know about all of the pitfalls that I fell in, and I'm trying to tell the woke people out there and the ones that continue to keep biting bullshit sandwiches, you need to fucking wake up. You need to fucking wake up. Things can get inherently worse here. Again, is one guy better than the other on the grand scale of things? Of course, we're all human beings. Everybody makes fucking mistakes, and everybody does change, okay? But you have to look at the track record of what people have done, and stop listening to what other people tell you other people have. You do it. You do the fucking work. And then when you do, things change. I'm so exhausted. These last 3 years, I feel like I've aged 20. Everything I worked so hard for throughout my life didn't matter. Doesn't matter. When somebody rips basically the most important person out of your life, it's hard at times to wake up and continue on. It really fucking is. So to the people of North Carolina, those in Florida, and the ones out there that lost everything, trust me when I say I know. I know what it feels like to wake up and go, what the fuck? It sucks. And I really wish we had people leading this nation that actually gave a shit. Because the world wouldn't have to be like this. Never had to be like this. You just had greedy, lying son of a bitches who sell their own fucking firstborn. They just don't care. That's why I'm starting to believe that this world's been infiltrated by some other thing. They may look human. I don't know. I'm not science fiction-y, but I just cannot imagine that there are this many fucking psychopaths running this goddamn place. It's just, it blows my mind. And we allow it. Because you're fighting with me over stupid shit. Huh. The politicization of this shit going on in the United States right now it's ridiculous. If there was more that could be done, it should have already been done. To the people of Florida right now that are kind of going back to their homes after this week of just hell and they're going back to nothing, I'm with you. I really am. And I really am sorry that all of this shit happened, and that's why I fight every single day to try to invoke some kind of change in the positive direction, because again, like I said, things can get inherently worse. Get much worse. And whilst we are still here in this shit, I'm going to do everything in my power to try to make it better for you. For you. That's my promise. This is absolute nonsense. And if we don't start rallying together to recognize it, if we don't put Trump back in there, I don't care if you don't like his fucking tweets. I don't care if you think he was a douchebag. I don't care. He probably is a lot of those things, but he's a fucking human being. And based upon your life, you're going to tell me that back when you were 20, you weren't a douchebag at certain times, or you didn't do something that didn't make fucking sense, and now you look at yourself now and you go, God, I can't believe I fucking did that. We all do. But some people, they dwell on it, and other people just kind of ride through and say, no, that's the person who I was, and this is the fucking person who I am now. The 2016 Donald Trump was fucking amazing, and if you don't see that, it's because you're blind by the bullshit you continue to keep eating. I am here to help you see this. It's not about right and wrong, and it's about your future. It's about, you could literally lose it all and never get it back. And every generation after that will never know if you don't react now. Vote early. Once you find out that you can vote, go and vote. Make sure you secure that in. Bring 10 fucking people with you. Overwhelm the system and tell these people, no, done. I'm done. We can start making incremental changes, but we have to stop this bleeding. It's getting to a point where it's going to be unsafe to live here really soon if we don't put people in there that actually give a shit. Got to put the people of your house, your home first. Then you take care of your neighbors, and then you take care of the people within your community, and so forth and so on. We can't be helping the people over in freaking Afghanistan and freaking Ukraine and everywhere else while the people in your own homeland are starving and dying. Can't let 25 million illegal people with criminal backgrounds all throughout the country and expect your communities to be safe. This is all under this watch. What this girl power, popey changey it's a fucking bullshit. If you can't see that, listen, stay here. I'll point you in the directions of the people that you could maybe challenge what you think you know. Because the whole idea is to look at things deep within yourself. You got to go past the first page of Google. You got to stop living in the Twitter spheres, or the Instagram spheres, the Facebook spheres, and all your little girl power. You can't do all of that. And this goes for you beta males out there too. Ridiculous. This fucking world's become a freak show. I mean, let me just leave it there. I'm not here to rip anybody apart. I'm not here. Sometimes my mouth just runs, and I'm just entirely pissed. Because this never had to be this way, and is being done intentionally. And you may think that, well, I know all about what's going on here. But do you really? How many hours a day do you research into this stuff? I do it every day, every waking moment, throughout the day, multiple different cables of information, constantly people sending me stuff, people me questioning other things. This is a back and forth thing for me. And then I say what I know. And if something counteracts what it is that I know because somebody can prove something beyond what it is that I have, well, that's when you change your argument. That's when you change. It's okay to be wrong. But you have to be at least willing to go look to see if you are wrong. You got to check yourself every single time, because you have no idea who has lied to you. You have no idea who, the people you trust, the people within your, my best friend, my teachers, my provost, my sorority, whatever. All of it. Fraternities, my brotherhoods, my golf buddies. It doesn't matter. Reality is reality. And if you think you can continue to keep playing this game and it eventually won't come back and hook you, there's only a small percentage of people in a communistic, socialistic society who actually reach the top. Eventually, everybody else at the bottom is reduced to whatever they say. And the direction we're going, a broke nation, wars everywhere, millions of illegal people that they're taking care of to try to convert into U.S. citizens. Are you kidding me? That's how you change countries. You throw a whole bunch of people, and then you take care of them. Take care of all of their children. So they have 6, 7, 8 children. Before you know it, they're going to outnumber the people who actually live here. And people say, well, we're a nation of immigrants. Yes, but they brought something to the country. They brought value. They were value added. This is value shit that you're paying for. Wake up. I'm not a person who's sitting on there. I don't get paid by Donald Trump to go promote her. But I'm telling you, if you don't fucking wake up and don't see the light here soon and recognize that it's going to get inherently worse for you if you do nothing, well, then I wouldn't be doing my job. It's the responsibility of the people who come before you to make sure to pass down the truth to the people behind them. You know, we always talk about, like, how is it that you come into this world knowing nothing? But the only way knowledge can continue to keep passing is if it stays truthful. Once you integrate bullshit into a society or into any mechanism in which the new generation that comes in knows nothing, well, you can continue to keep changing the story if you do not pass on truth. How do you find truth? Well, you go past somebody telling you. You have to seek it out. You have to do it. You have to physically investigate it and get to the meat and potatoes of every issue. Most of the time, we all don't have a chance to do that. But there are some people that have had the opportunity, and they can prove it to you. They can show you the steps that they did, what they did, and lay it right out for you so that you can see it. Most of the people in the media, they speak in platitudes, in these generalizations of hope and change, and we're going to make it better, and we're going to get jobs, and it's all generalized. But they don't give you any specific reason on how they're going to do it. There's no pathway to get there. People who talk like that are bullshit artists. And can you relate that to anybody running right now? Oh yeah, Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. Yeah, they both speak in platitudes of bullshit. And the one who's running for president, commander-in-chief with the nuclear codes, has no social intelligence whatsoever. She doesn't know when to shut up, when to speak, how to speak to people. That's why she's so unlikable. And we're going to make that person the leader of the free world? I mean, I just... Use your head. This is not about women. This is not about men. This is not about... This is about reality and stupidity. That's all. I'm not here to shit on anybody. I'm here to bring people together. We have to talk in truth. We have to speak in truth. Because there's no way the next generation, the generation after will ever get better if we continue to keep passing along lines of bullshit. I mean, look, we can say this new society that has been created today, I think the whole thing has been created on bullshit. Everything we have been taught up to this point, historically, religiously, I think a lot of it is bullshit. Okay? It's just all of us choose a certain level of bullshit that we want. How about we stop that? How about we start having communities of where everybody just brings what it is they know and we'll hash it all out. And then we'll get to it. You know how you do that? You keep communicating with each other. You keep talking. You keep debating. You keep breaking down the laws and walls of bullshit. So you can get to the truth. I'm not right about everything. I don't claim to have all the answers for everything, guys. I don't. I'm just a guy who just wakes up every day, does the normal hamster on the wheel bullshit, and realizes this is fucking stupid. I'm watching other people who do the same thing, work their ass off to have nothing in the end. And that's just fucking stupid. And the only way we're going to make it better is by changing the system for the way that it is currently heading. And yet we want to vote in Kamala, who's going to do the same thing and support everything. You have to literally be fucking stupid, completely shit for brains to vote for a person like that. That's not a love. That's not a shitting on a person. That is just the reality. I love you guys. Again, to all those who are affected by Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton, I'm with you. My thoughts, my intentions are with you. I will do everything in my power to donate, to help. I've been helping a few people around the area here. It's going to take a long time for us to build it back. But that's what Americans do. Fuck these other people. That's what we do. When we start trusting each other and realizing what we are the future, not them, things change. Things change, my friends. I'm sorry, the weed blower is outside right now, which means that's probably my cue. I need to shut up. But to all those out there who've been affected by this whole thing, I'm with you. I hope all of you see a speedy recovery and get the hell out there and vote early. Vote Trump. You know, I tell you to vote right down the Republican line, and there's a reason why to do that, but I'll let you make the decision. But there's no doubt, because you can't put a person in office and then have the entire House basically constantly keep impeaching him. I've always said that Donald Trump, we never really got to see the full-fledged of what he could have been able to do, because they brought in that stupid bioweapon at the end. But again, if you had people around you that you trusted, and you actually had a Congress that was majority your control, you could push things in a direction and make things exceedingly better, exceedingly quickly. I know that's a lot of trust to put out there, but what do we have to lose at this point? Life is getting worse by the day, and I'm just trying to stop the bleeding. I've done enough research to know where the bullshit is. I'm not at all unsighted from what it is that they are presenting, from both sides. But I do know what a contingency plan is. I do know what steps you have to put into place in order to facilitate future possibilities. Just learn about playing chess. This is the right move. Trump 2024. I know people are getting tired of hearing it, but I'm tired of feeling it. I'm done. All right, my friends. I'll talk with you soon. Take care. Love to you all. Peace. Now, it's a little bit, let's turn around here. Oh shit, gotta unlock the door first. But it's really, really, really awful out now. Really awful. The howling is just insane. It sounds like it just tornadoes on top of tornadoes on top of tornadoes. You sound like you're in this big, ridiculous tornado. Oh, man. Please. Oh, Matrix. Mother Nature has a very nice way of saying, go fuck yourself. Every once in a while it does what it wants. There goes another Transformer. See that blue coloring light in the background there? Those are Transformers below. Jesus. Mary, Mother, Joseph. Holy cow. Alright, like I said, I can't. This is insane. It gives you this kind of like, I don't know, anxiety build. It's not. Anyway, we'll talk to you in a little bit. I'm not the weatherman. I talk politics. Whoa, there goes the lights again.